by Rendry Jewelers, 151 Stephen Dlamini Road, Musgrave, Rendry Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
Riveting interviews, empowering, educating, and appealing.
Hey, little fish in the bottom of the ocean, moving along with a really cool motion. Did you ever wonder where you came from? Who is the Lord of all creation? The little fish said, "That's my Lord." The little fish said, "That's my Lord." The little fish said, "That's my Lord." I love the creator of us all. Hey,
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Aisha Jamal from Radio Al Ansar. I am the presenter of Yadul Ansaar. At the moment, we are very busy doing the animal welfare campaign. We are here at the Sharka SeaWorld, where we're going to be interacting with the dolphins and talking to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And
get your hand up. Look at that. Hello, Crazy.
Crazy, how are you?
So if you look over there, they're just like us. They're mammals, so they've got a belly button, a genital slit, and a little bum. So if this was a female, she would have 5 slits.
Right.
So she would have 2 mammary slits. So everything is neatly tucked away because of their bodies being so streamlined. And obviously, another interesting thing is they've got 80 to 120 conical shaped teeth. So very big teeth, very powerful mouths. You're a good boy. Yes. So you can see the difference in color. You see they've got a light belly and then a dark back. So it's called counter shading. So they camouflage. The light belly blends in with the top of the sky for a predator to approach, and then the dark back blends in with the bottom of the ocean. They have 2 pectoral fins, which they steer with. They've got the dorsal fin, which keeps them upright. And then a very, very, very powerful tail you can see over there. Very powerful. So Kelpie weighs 400 kilograms. He's super large. He's our largest dolphin, and he's 3.7 meters long. So you can see his size in comparison to the other.
To who, yes, on Tuesday, we had the opportunity to interact with the dolphins at the Sharka SeaWorld. We spent time with their trainer, Kelly de Klerk, and Anne Kunz, who's the head of SAMRA, South African Association for Marine Biological Research, which is a non-profit organization which incorporates Oceanographic Research Institute and Sharka SeaWorld. It was really an experience of a lifetime for me to touch these amazing, intelligent dolphins. I learned so much, and I'm sure you will too after the program, Alhamdulillah, on Yadul Ansaar, where we would like to educate, motivate, inform, inspire you to make a difference, especially when it involves the conservation of animals and in particular marine life. And today our focus is exactly that. So we'd like to welcome our guests in studio, Raecine Bates, who is a seasoned trainer and who works with dolphins, and I'm sure she is an absolutely good one, a good trainer as well. Unfortunately, we can't have Kelly in studio. She had to see to a penguin who was attacked by a shark and bitten by a shark. So she's there and doing her job as well. And I know, Raecine, Kelly, she was very wonderful. She helped us so much and gave us so much of information. So we'd like to thank her for that on Tuesday as well. And we also would like to welcome Anne Kunz, who is an amazing woman dedicating many years to research in the field of in the field of the SeaWorld, Alhamdulillah. So yes, we're going to be talking to our beautiful guests, and we want to say welcome to the program, Yadul Ansaar today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us today. We really appreciate it. You're most welcome, and an absolutely big pleasure to have you in studio today. And may you answer all the questions that we're going to be asking you today, hopefully, and I hope that it will go very well. So, we want to start with, let's talk about Raecine, how long have you been, doing this, training dolphins?
So it started with me volunteering. I started volunteering in 2005, and I knew that's where I wanted to be because of being with the dolphins and just loving the place. And it was just really beautiful. And it's a lot of hard work, but yeah, when I went there, I was home. So after I volunteered for 2 years, a position came up, and I was very lucky enough to get it. And I never looked back. So I've been in the SeaWorld family at Oshaka Marine World since 2005. to current.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you, that day, but I've heard raving reviews about your amazing dedication to marine life, from your colleagues, Kelly and Anne as well. So tell us, when you interact with these dolphins, what do you feel inside?
So I'd like to say firstly that we're all dedicated and we all really love our job. We're very passionate about what we do. Interacting with them and being with them, it's not, you can't really put it into words. It's indescribable. It's just being with them, building a relationship, a connection, a bond with them, and understanding them, and just getting to know them. So it's a real blessing for us, or a blessing for me. I thank God every day for working with them.
I'm
So,
sure you do, because if it was me, I would as well. It's absolutely amazing. When I interacted with them as well, just being there, being in their presence. It was, you felt also, that God has created these beautiful creatures for us to be interacting with. It was wonderful. So educate us a little bit about dolphins.
So we have 9 beautiful dolphins at SeaWorld. We have Atlantic bottlenose dolphins, and then we also have hybrids, which means their mom was an Indian Ocean and the dad was an Atlantic Ocean. So they taught us a lot about us and training. So dolphins are mammals and they give birth to live young. And also, did you know that babies suckle from their moms? So they have milk memories, which the babies use their tongue, they roll it up like a straw and they insert it to the mom's memories. That's how
Wow.
they drink, milk. So they do this all in the water. And because they can't come out of the water, they breathe air. So they also sleep in a very particular way. There's a very interesting way that they sleep. So they shut off one half of their brain, and while the other half is awake because of predators to catch prey, and then they alternate it. So you'll notice them when they actually have one eye closed, that brain is actually shut
All
off,
right.
and they usually swim in a very relaxed, calm manner. They're very intelligent animals, like you said before. So they're very curious about the environment, and they like to play with things in the environment. So, like, they like to interact with other animals, or they like to play with jellyfish, or whatever intrigues them. So, yeah.
I'm sure they like putting it on the tip of their noses as
Yeah,
well.
so like out in the wild, they would do that. They would play with pufferfish and just explore and experiment out there. So,
Like little kids.
yes, they are exactly like kids.
So that's good. Some fun facts to remember about, maybe fun facts about dolphins.
So, fun facts about dolphins is that you can tell a difference between a shark and a dolphin by their tail. So, a shark moves side to side, and a dolphin moves up and down. Dolphins have excellent hearing, and their ears are located behind their eye. It's just a pinprick. They use their tongue to drink milk in the water. Another fun fact with dolphins is that they synchronize in order for them to bond. So they do a lot of bonding by swimming together and mimicking each other, like how you get synchronized swimmers.
Right.
So that's how they actually bond with each other. And that's how their moms teach their calves how to hunt, by synchronizing with them as well and teaching them how to hunt.
So that is why when we look out into the sea, when we go on holiday as well, whenever you see dolphins, they're always together and they're moving in
Yeah.
groups.
So
as
they
well.
work as a team. Yeah, they work. They're in a pod. So they work as a team. So bait balling, which is when they're catching, like, the sardine run that just happened recently. Yeah, so they do a bait ball where they would try and gather the fish up together, and they all take a turn to actually pick fish and eat it. So that's how they're successful, by swimming in pods and also communicating with each other. And that's how they use the synchronicity as well.
That's
So,
absolutely
it's very cool.
interesting and
Yeah.
cool. Yes, and so you would think, and we can learn a lot from that as well, because we need unity, we need synchronization in our lives, and why not learn it from a dolphin? Especially when you're teaching kids how to be united, how to share, how to be together in the community. That's absolutely great. So caring for these mammals are similar to babies, right? And how will you know when they are sick? Like maybe when they have a toothache or a stomach ache. So how do you gauge as a trainer?
100%. They are like babies. They're like kids. So we have a very early shift. It has dedicated staff members at Oshaka Marine World in the birds and mammals department. We are very dedicated. So around 6 o'clock in the morning we start. And
So what time do you get to work?
So around 6 o'clock,
Alright.
6:30. So we have staff coming in and they start to take care of the dolphins. So we give them their B1s, we give them their fish in the morning, we do respirations, and that's just taking account of their breath and activity for that 10 minutes. And we just monitor them, we see how they are. So because we worked with them for a very long time, like how you would know your child, it's the same with them. They give you hints when they're not well. So behavior, if they are acting out of not themselves,
Out of the ordinary.
out of the ordinary. Yeah, thank you. So if they're acting under the ordinary, you pick that up. And then we do a lot of procedures if we feel like a dolphin is not really doing well. One of the symptoms is just like a kid when they stop eating. So then we start to look at the animal and then we start to do medicals on them, because we are their teacher, we are their friend, we are the doctors, and we do have vets with us, but we are the ones that would take the first step. So we'll do temperatures, we would do gastroscopes, or we would take gastric samples, fecal samples, and we get our vets to check it out, and then we liaise with the vets and then find out if there's anything happening with our dolphins.
Now, of course, and then it's not how you choose you're going to look at your child. You're going to gauge whether they have a temperature
Yeah.
or whether they're feeling listless for that
Yeah.
day. And like you said, they don't want, I know Kelly mentioned that the energy levels drop
Yeah.
completely. And for that time, so as soon as you know that's happening, I think you need to be on top of your game.
Yeah, I think it's like what you said before. It's like when you interact with them, that feeling that you get off of them, the energy as well. So when you're working with them, you get to interact with them, feel them, and then when you feel that they're not doing too well, you usually would talk to a lead behaviorist, which would be Kelly and Gabby as well, and you would converse with them, and then they would see the animal and then take it from there. So yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for that. So let's focus now on Anne. Anne is going to tell us about, Raecine will help you there. But so let's focus on SAMRA. We said, it's the research center. Very briefly, how is SAMRA involved in marine conservation? Are there awareness campaigns ongoing? And can the listeners be a part of this? Can you enlighten us a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you very much. SAMRA has been around. It's the South African Association for Marine Biological Research. And do you know that we are now in our 73rd year?
Wow, fantastic.
So we've been around a long time. And I think originally the vision of our forefathers was to care about the ocean. And how could we care about the ocean? And there's one way, is just by doing research. And so then our division of oceanographic research was born. But then the research was probably not enough without being able to share it with the people. So the researchers do all the research in the ocean, and then the Sea World is the division which actually connects with the people. So we are very fortunate in that we have this platform at Shark Sea World, where we connect with like 130,000 children come to us every year from schools in and around KZN and further. And we have a lot of campaigns that we use that platform to share our passion. And yeah, we believe, I'm very privileged because I do believe that the people at Sambra are doing their best to make the world a better place.
And Samara we want to reiterate that it is a non-profit organization as well. So please enlighten us about the bottle cap project that you were talking about the other day.
So when I think it was in April last year, the floods in Durban. Well, yeah, it was a terrible flood, but it's not the first time I've seen it. And then I noticed that there were a lot of bottles that came ashore that we were able to collect, and the bottles that came ashore all had the cap on. So we started to actually think about this quite a lot, and then we've explored it. It's a very, very simple way of ensuring that if something goes wrong after you put your plastic bottle, whatever bottle, it can cool drink bottle, any bottle, in the disposal, that it actually, if it does end up in the ocean, it will end up on the beach. If you don't put cap back on the bottle, it could end up in the bottom of the ocean, and we can't collect it from there. So
That's a very interesting concept.
I know people. Before I saw this and we started exploring it, I didn't think about it much. It was only the visuals that made me start really thinking about it.
Yeah, so so that will lift the bottle up, like you said, and then it will just float, and then you can take it off.
Yes, and there's a lot of people who actually earn a living in KZN, and I think other parts of South Africa as well, who actually take those bottles and they actually make a living recycling those bottles. They take them to the recycling station.
All right, great. So anything coming up, anything on the cards for future projects?
Well, I think that we're doing a lot of ongoing projects. A lot of our projects are, the citizen science projects are focused on beach cleanups. We do post on our Sambra Facebook page every time there's going to be a beach cleanup, and everybody's welcome to come down to the beach. There's a number of them. Every piece of plastic we take off the beach
helps
absolutely
a marine life.
Yes,
Yes, helps to save a marine life. I think that is what the focus is as well.
Yes.
We don't want our marine life to be extinct. So let's divert back to the sea. Is it always safe to be in the company of dolphins at sea, Raecine? And where do orcas fit in? I know orcas are killer whales. We've had a question about that. So can you tell us a little bit more about it? And
So that is a very interesting question. I think that most probably people think that killer whales are whales, but in fact they're actually cousins to dolphins. Dolphins and killer whales are top predators of the ocean. It's just that they have a much more friendlier face, if I'd like to put it. Yeah, they do. They're very much friendly, and they look friendly, that is. So
but they can be dangerous.
They are. So being predators, like as I spoke about the bait ball earlier on, they are very methodical, and having them very intelligent creatures, they really think about interacting or interacting with the environment. So for them, in order for them to interact with you, they need to investigate you and check you out. And what they would do is they don't have hands like us. So they would mainly use their mouths, and they could bump you, they could bite you. So usually when that happens, you would take a bit of, you'd be a bit shocked about it, but that's how they investigate. With regards to being with them, I would personally respect them. So I wouldn't go up to them or swim by them. It's just that they're a part of dolphins. So they have their own life, their own circle, their own space. So
like human beings, I think sometimes we don't want to let people into our own circles as well. Only when we become friendly and we trust somebody, then we allow people to get into our circles. I think it's the same concept.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're surfing or if you're swimming, and if you happen to, by some chance, be a part of a pod that's coming past, I would suggest you just respect them and just not do anything.
I think we have to talk to all the fishermen
Yes.
there, and they're fishing because they do surround their boats a
Well,
lot.
yeah.
I think the dolphins most of the time, and they just like to play around when the fishermen are there. So are dolphins becoming extinct, and which species are we referring to?
So the saddest thing is that people focus and concentrate so much on bottlenose dolphins because you see them a lot in dolphinariums around the world and they spot them out in the oceans. But there's actually a dolphin that does need our help, and it's the humpback dolphin. Not everyone hears about this dolphin, but sadly, half of the population of the species of dolphin is gone. And we need people to help us to help them, or to help in general, because at the end of the day, they need our help. They are part of the ocean, they're part of the ecosystem. So yeah.
I think Kelly was telling me on Tuesday that there were only 100 left. And they were talking about that on Richards Bay. They removed the shark nets.
Yeah.
That's what she mentioned, and she said they removed the shark nets, and now they started procreating, and their numbers are increasing. So that's one positive, for us. So we have to, when we go into the sea as well, or when we interact with marine life, we have to be respecting their environment. They cannot be in our environment, but when we do go into their environment, we have to respect them and their territories, I think. So the other question I received a lot from everyone, I think, it's all the activists. Why do we keep dolphins in captivity? Why are they harmed in any way during training? And if you're educating children or adults, why do it with dolphins confined to tanks?
So that is a very interesting question. So we encourage and we're happy that we have activists around because they fight for the animals, and we're the people that fight for the oceans. So with saying that, we came into Sambra, so it's like what Anne said about our forefathers. We are passionate about what we do, and we take care of our dolphins. So we love them a lot. They are part of our family. Taking care of them and watching them, and also educating people about our oceans, because there's people that come to the dolphinarium, or children that come to the dolphinarium, that don't know about dolphins. They haven't seen a dolphin before. They haven't seen a turtle. They don't know what that creature is. So for us to be there to educate them and tell them fun facts about dolphins, and also building a connection between the dolphins and the ocean. Just being able to let them realize simple things like children, by recycling and not littering, things that they can understand, that can help save our ocean. We're there because we love our dolphins and we care for them. So we want to spread the word of conservation, to educate, and also simple things such as the dolphins throwing the litter into the bin. I mean, so many school groups that we've interacted with learned that lesson about throwing the litter into the bin, because if you look at it now, if you take a drive down the road, or if you walk on the beachfront, you would see litter, and that's the most saddest thing, when there's actually a bin like 5 steps away. So simple things like that, they really make an impact, and also a take-home message as well. So what would be yours?
Take-home message.
My take-home message definitely has to be the putting the cap on the bottle, and to also cut the plastic down. Okay? I mean, shopping bags, polystyrene. I mean, when we do these beach cleanups as well, we see so much of these bottle caps and bottles and plastics and cans. Yeah, I mean, it's very detrimental to our ocean. So that's why we do our best whenever we're presenting our dolphins. We're showing the people that this is what you can do to help us and help the dolphins. They kind of are, they are our ocean ambassadors. So we're very proud to be a part of their lives.
I wanted to just say that as well, that they are our ambassadors here at Ushaka Marine World, like you say, and they are the ambassadors for the ones at sea.
Yeah.
I think very aptly put there. So thank you so much for coming into studio today. It was an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you for having me at the Shaka Marine World there. I have to say that it was an absolutely amazing experience. Thank you, Anne, for motivating people through your research center
Thank you.
and doing a lot of research. Your parting shots as well. Your message to everyone.
My message to everyone, just love your environment. It's all about love and it's all about respect. And I just think it's respect and love can go a very long way in making the world a better place.
Yes, I would agree with you there as well. So I hope that this interview was educational, inspirational, and motivational as well, and motivated you, the listener, you on YouTube, listening to us all our and viewing us as well on Facebook. So thank you so much, and hope that we have motivated you to save our marine life. And the next time you want to throw plastic in the sea, be informed, stop and think. I think that's very important. So thank you so much to all of you, Raecine, as well as we're missing Kelly. Please pass on my regards. And thank you to Anne for coming on to Yadul Ansar. May you continue with the work you are doing for marine conservation and hope that, we as humanity can save our precious marine life and animals.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having us and thank you for visiting us. We hope to see you soon.
An
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure. And this is for my grandson as well. We hope that he will be touching the dolphin. So thank you so much once again for coming to
Thank
studio. It's it was amazing, and hope that we, at least if we taught one person today, it would
I think
really
a lot more
make.
than one.
I know, but we always at Yellow we target one person. So we've changed their way of thinking and how they would look into look at a dolphin. That would be absolutely great, and also would think about not throwing something into
Yeah.
the sea. So that would be wonderful as well. So thank you so much, and hope for the best. And this segment was sponsored by an anonymous donor. So keep it locked on. Coming up next, we're going to be speaking to Sister Fatima Kareem from Outreach, and she'll tell us about an exciting event coming up.
Yadul Ansar is brought to you by Rendry Jewelers, 151 Zamini Road, Musgrave, Durban. Rendry